Hello, I'm speaking with Emily Elizabeth Windsor Craig, and it is part two. Hello, Emily.
Hi there, how are you, Alex?
And how are you? Is it still so warm?
It's very, very warm, and I was in the kitchen sauteing mushrooms today, so I'm just kind of dripping wet, and the sun is going down here, and it's coming up where you are.
Yes, yes, it is. And we are going to talk about Nibiru, but before that, I would like to mention something about our first talk or interview last time, and also I would like to say something about our two planned uh, occasions. So last time we talked about the dangers of RFID chips, and I would recommend to at least read the text, which is it's 2 pages of transcript that Deborah Tavares, stopthecrime.net, has done from the YouTube channel Lie Killers. It's the Illuminati YouTube channel Lie Killers, and it's about the RFID chips, about the secret features that the RFID chip can even kill you if somebody gave the orders, and also manipulate your mind, and also that the Illuminati are saying that the mark of the beast, or they call it mark of God, is something different than the RFID chip, that it's like the mark of the beast, or they say God is a white tattoo on forehead or right hand, which is look like a little bit like Christ, the thorn crown of Christ, but it's actually 666. And
Well, some people believe that it's just the idea of being subject to the beast, and it's just the practice of using money. You know, there are a lot of different interpretations to the sign of the beast, and those are a couple I've heard before too. But also, it's what you think about and what you do with your money. So it could be a lot of things.
yeah, one has to see the whole picture. So
Yes.
we are going to talk about it this time, and also the times later. But so that I just would like you to at least have a little bit time to read the text, because this transcript that I'm
Yes.
showing is linked, is below, is in the text, in the description box. And
Good.
also we haven't got so much time, or we didn't talk at all about the danger of 5G that is linked to the RFID chip, because in order to have so many people, billions of people with RFID chips, you have to have a network, and 5G will, the Illuminati are saying that 5G is also for that purpose, for the surveillance, and 5G terrestrial here on Earth, and the satellite 6G satellite. It's what they are saying in their YouTube videos on Like Killer's YouTube channel. And we know, or there are several scientists and people who talk about the danger with 5G, that it's also carcinogenic. It also causes neuropsychiatric problems, and also infertility, and also problems for the other animals and insects, and so. And
Well, it explodes the water in the body cells. So wherever body cells are hit, those cells explode. And so it could cause damage anywhere in the body.
yeah, it's a type, yes, and it's a type of genocide. And I would recommend, because we were not talking about it last time so much, to watch maybe videos with with Mark Steele and Barry Thrower and Dr. Graham Downing.
Hancock. Oh, okay.
Downing, and a lot of these videos are on Deborah Tavares' YouTube channel, stopthecrime.net. She has also worked with it, and David Icke has also about 5G. So I recommend all these, and many people could watch it. There is another aspect about how much information they are trying to get from us, and how we could defend ourselves can be very simple little thing that you can do yourself, and also in the big big number, 7 billion people, what we could do against this planned genocide against us and surveillance. I got yesterday an email blast from stopthecrime.net, Deborah Tavares. I get it as many other people. I recommend it, and there was a link with a video. I believe her YouTube channel is Amazing Polly, and she speaks about grooming, like they are grooming us with the smartphones, and she chose to have the old mobile phone without, not smartphone. It's
just a flip phone, just a flip phone.
Yeah,
Yes, I agree.
I haven't used mobile phone since 2013, since the intelligence, the Secret Service in Britain wanted to assassinate me, so I didn't want to be traced. So I stopped using mobile phone at all. But this video, I recommend it. It's great to see it. It's Amazing Polly, and it's about grooming, and it's like that the smartphone, they first invite you to buy it because it's so great, but then the negative.
Well, you see how the kids and the teenagers are so addicted to it. Yeah. They're addicted like it was a drug. Exactly. And so that's the only phone I have, because it was supplied by my son-in-law, but I keep it turned off most of the time because I don't like its complexity, and I don't like its GPS, and I don't like its features. And so I understand what you're saying. They're very engrossing. They capture your attention. You see people walking down the street thumbing their thumbs on the cell phone, and they don't look up and they don't talk to anybody. They're just engrossed in these phones. It's a sad thing to see.
Yeah. Sorry for the sound. I'm not doing it. But then there's another video, which is about the huge amount of data that they are getting from us. And it's on the YouTube channel Anthony Patch. The video is over 2 hours long, but it's like 1 week ago he published the video. It's him and his wife Kathleen. They are talking about something that is linked to what we are going to talk also. It's about the roots of Kabbalah, and he is linking to the huge computer that they have, the Illuminati,
yes.
They want to achieve. So,
and that's another item that we can boycott, that we can avoid, because the Kabbalah teachings are straight out of the Anunnaki culture. They're fifth dimensional teachings that are appropriate in an eternal paradigm, when you've already overcome aging, and you've already overcome time, and you live above time in an eternal day. That method of dealing with problems, by having a group of people all sharing the same visualization so they can manifest out of a visualization. That is fifth dimensional manifesting thought, and it does not solve human or physical problems. And one of the problems that human society has is that the Illuminati and the Masons and the Vatican and the chivalric organizations and the Rosicrucians all teach this fifth dimensional manifesting out of your visualizations method and avoid solving problems in concrete brick by brick by brick. And this is one of the reasons for the crisis in leadership, because our leaders don't know how to solve cultural, social, large-scale problems, because that problem solving is taught against in their secret societies. The secret society's way of dealing with reality as a holodeck, as an illusion, does not help humanity to solve any problems whatsoever. So I don't play around with it much, well, except I explain it, but I don't get involved in it, that Kabbalah stuff. I don't get involved in the Egyptology or the Rosicrucians or the Masonic teachings, because they are abstract at a level that is not helpful in solving human social problems. That's something we have to fix.
Yeah. In this video of Anthony Patch, they are explaining also that the Kabbalah is a teaching for control of the masses.
Exactly right. And that's the opposite of what needs to happen, because grassroots, the masses, have to come to control themselves and govern themselves bottom up, not top down. The Kabbalah is something we would do very well to avoid completely.
Yes.
Just avoid it. Yeah, that's not helpful. Not helpful at all.
Yeah.
And that's straight out of the Anunnaki. Well, but you see, they're fifth density beings. Okay, they have physical bodies like we do, but they are not subject to time the way we are subject to time. They do not age. Enki is still here, all right? And he's been here for 500,000 years. And he was my great uncle when I was Ereshkigal. Okay, so I'm still part of his family. And Nergal is at NASA, and Ninma is out in Hawaii, and Ningishita is running around doing his thing. Okay, so the family, the Anunnaki family, is still lives. Some are reincarnate, some are disincarnate, some are original. Enki is original, but we're still mentally, telepathically linked. And we can visit without being physically present.
But I want to point out that both of us, you and me, are working for humanity.
Correct. Well, we're working for the creation, which includes humanity, the Anunnaki, the Greys, the Alpha Draconi, the Bigfoot, the Agarthians, okay? We're working to harmonize the whole thing. Everybody.
Because I don't have any such contacts or connections. I work strictly for humanity. But
well, that's cool. I can do that too.
I know that somebody wants to exterminate us, and it's the battle that I am involved in. I'm completely on the side of humanity, but I'm not willing to kill anybody else for that matter.
Exactly. The Luciferian rebellion actually occurred a long time before human history. And we have just gotten in the way of that old rebellion, okay, which was actually against the treaties that the galaxy put together after the Lyran Wars, all right? And those treaties set races against each other, and we're still going through the ILLUMINATI Treaty. And the one who talks about this is Ashiana Dean in this book, The Voyagers 2. This is the most complete cosmic history that we have. It's like a phone book that got all the pages shuffled. It's very, very, very difficult, but it's a single timeline going back 550 million years. And the problem has been the treaties, the commercial treaties that treat living beings as consumer products, as masses, as non-intelligent, non-sentient beings. And so that's what has to get fixed.
And
That's
it's what we are going to talk about in part 4, your research, and is it so? And I mentioned that before we start to talk about Nibiru, that part 3, it's 3 days from now, we are going to talk more about the weapon, or what I am doing. I have been working with since 2013.
Well, you're disarming them, right?
Yeah,
and that has to happen too.
Yeah,
they have to be disarmed.
And the coded language. So we are going to talk about that 3 days from now.
Right.
And for first time we are going to talk about this
Nibiru, right. And this is the book that I threw together about human history that I made for people with children so that they can go through human history with their children in a sensible and reasonable way. Because we have the Sumerian cuneiform tablets with the king's lists on them that tell the whole history going back 450,000 years. And King Anu had 2 sons by 2 different wives, okay? And Lil was from a wife from Sirius, and Enki was from a wife from the Pleiades. And so they were completely different half-brothers. Enki is a harmonizer. He's what we would call right brain dominant. He epitomizes Buddhism, okay? He's that kind of a guy. And then Lil's the lawmaker, okay? And the 2 of them were put in charge of the gold mining operation on this world starting around 300,000 years ago. And they ran the gold mining operation until the flood.
Yeah.
Now, everyone
about
yeah, but Nibiru has a long orbit.
Emily, we can talk about it as we decided that I say what I have read.
Okay, go for it. You go for it.
They are saying that the Nibiru is not a planet at all. So, but before that, I would just say that 3 days from now, we talk again about the coded language and the way how I have used it. And now we are going to talk about Nibiru. And
yes, you tell me your version.
Yeah, and you comment as we decided, and then you say what your research or what you know. And
okay, we have different stories of it. Okay.
I am mostly repeating what the Illuminati are saying, have been saying since 2013 when I learned about it. And I want to say that I'm a medical doctor. I'm a neurologist, which what you do as a neurologist, you analyze where the problem with nerves or brain is, and you are analyzing the diagnosis. It's most of the work. And then I am a psychiatrist, specialist in psychiatry since 2017, and I was more specialized on evaluating of personality disorders, and there it's also how dangerous evaluate how dangerous people are. And it had both of these, my profession, especially the second, is very helpful to me since the beginning of, since late last days of February 2013. I have been dealing with this, with Illuminati New World Order. Before 27th of February 2013, I haven't even heard the word Illuminati. I have no idea that exists anything like New World Order. I haven't heard about this expression. I was fed up with this, like most of people, education, this wrong education, and mainstream media. I didn't watch any mainstream media since at least 2009, but still I have no idea what's on YouTube, that it's another, the reality is different, until I sent an article about British Secret Services to the Czech television 27th of February 2013, and then they start to attack me. And in middle of March 2013, I know now that I have been dealing with the head of Illuminati. So, so that we are like fighting, and the fight is about the life of 7.5 billion of people. What the Illuminati are saying in the YouTube channel like Killers and other sources, that it's especially in the like Killers, that they their goal is to get back the Atlantis empire on Earth.
Mhm.
The elites and the real Illuminati, it's more genetically Illuminati, who come from, originates from the fallen angels and Nephilim, and so that they are superior to us. These are the real elite. They want to build on Earth their utopia or dystopia with all the technology that they have but are hiding for us mostly. That there are like beautiful towns with for elites, and they want to reduce humanity to, they say, 666,666,666 human beings. You hear the 666, even if probably it's less than that, that they would be slaves living in separate colonies like slaves, serving the elite but not working for them like slaves in their homes. They will have androids to work for the elite. And how Nibiru is highly involved in all this plan to do this, because they want to, if they will have their way, they would do it within 7 years. They would do the extermination of human beings. In the middle, it would start with a huge chaos, like Third World War, collapse of economy, the alien invasion. It can be holographic, but they use the expression alien invasion, terrible attacks. They are talking about destruction of attack, like false flag attack on Golden Gate Bridge, the Al-Aqsa Temple in Jerusalem, on Big Ben, Eiffel Tower, freedom of liberty, total chaos they want to cause. And from the start of this chaos, 3.5 years is what they call tribulation, extermination of people. Then in the middle, after 3.5 years, they will show you something that they call Nibiru, and those who live will worship the Nibiru, not only the king and savior, their Illuminati king, they will worship, but they will worship also Nibiru. And it's not a planet, they saying. Then the next period of 3.5 years will be the Great Tribulation, so awful terror, reduction of humanity to 500 million probably. Then they are saying that Nibiru, those who will survive, these human slaves and the elite, will be taken to Nibiru in order to survive. They will cause a flooding, and that the continents of the earth now here will be taken down below the ocean, the level of ocean. They will disappear, and new continents will arise, and then they will start from scratch their new society, their utopia, dystopia, with technology that immortality will be norm. They say that they have the technology to upload your consciousness into another produced body, and you can choose what kind of body you want, but they are planning to have only one gender. So it's synthetic humans that are produced, as I understand it. And like him, we will not be born the way as we are now. If you remember, Aldous Huxley knew the book, how you call it, I don't remember.
There's Animal Farm, and there's the, what was that one? Animal Farm was one, 1984.
No, it's Eric Blair, George Orwell. And
1984, yeah.
What Alex Jones said, that I don't know how he knows it, but that George Orwell, his own name is Eric Blair, who is the author of 1984, of the book about the totalitarian society, that they and Aldous Huxley was attending secret meetings, and that George Orwell was against this society that they were preparing. So he wrote these books to warn us, and that the Illuminati killed him. It's what I've heard from others. Arsenic also. And Brave New World is the book of Aldous Huxley about this, so that they were in secret meetings and talking about this, so that it's not from their own mind.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, if you know where Aldous Huxley died, so I believe it was a triple murder, not only JFK, John F. Kennedy, but also Aldous Huxley and another writer, Lewis. They died on the same day, 22nd of November, 1963. And 22nd November, it's 22. November is 11 months. 22 plus 11 is 33. You know, Freemasons, and 22 is the code for Lucifer. But what I want to say, that they are showing that they are saying the Nibiru is not a planet. There is no such a planet as Nibiru. It's a nonsense, but Nibiru is definitely something that exists. They say it's a black cube that can. They say, the Illuminati, that it's the biggest artificially done object in the universe. And Emily, just think about that black cube, that it can cloak itself into a red caduceus or holographically change appearance. But if you look, if you search on the internet, black cube, Saturn, and images, you see on how many places there are as art huge black cube in Australia, in Denmark, in Santa Ana. By the way, Santa Ana and Satan, it's close, quite close expression. If you look at the Jewish, when they are praying, sometimes they have a little cube here, and
yes, and then they wrap stuff around their arms like this.
And cube, the word Kaaba in Kabbalah or Kaaba is means cube, as I understand it. Look at Mecca, the black cube. The name is something with Kaaba. I don't remember now the name of and people would go counterclockwise around it. And if you look at all these images that are on internet, you know, Islam, the Kaaba in Mecca, it's a much younger religion than Judaism or Kabbalah or Christianity. It's like younger. And if you see that, and if you look on Saturn, there is something like a hexagram on the North Pole of Saturn that may be three-dimensionally. It could be a cube, and it's moving something around it. If you watch that, if you see what they are doing in Mecca, and how we have been manipulating, and then think about what Anthony Patch is saying with this Kabbalah, and go back to Egypt, and the Illuminati are saying that after the Atlantis sunk, that they went to Egypt, and it seems to be that somebody is manipulating us to worship. Yes. And what the Illuminati are saying, you will worship our God, only being, and you will worship the Nibiru, which is black cube. And you see already 2013, they had or 13, 14, they had a video for children. They wanted to, the Illuminati light killers wanted that we show to the children. It was heavy mind control, very professionally done. And there is a pictures of little girl there, and you see the cube. There is some YouTuber has done a video about warning for this specific light killers video, that the light killers, they have taken down by themselves, it wasn't taken down by YouTube, but they took down, so you cannot see the video, the original, but you can find on YouTube somebody who is commenting the video for children, how heavy professionally done and dangerous mind control it is, and you can see Q on the images for the children. So the Illuminati have invested a lot in worshipping the black cube, and they say it's a spaceship.
Well, they can say what they want, and the truth is that the Lucifer revolution or rebellion took out one third of the intelligent beings in the universe. But that leaves 2/3 that they haven't taken out. Okay. And so they can visualize whatever they want to visualize. They can make up whatever they want to make up. They can, well, a third of the spirits in, in this area of the galaxy is a large number of spirits who have devoted themselves to this visualization of human life. Okay. And I don't share it. I don't share it. I don't listen to it. I don't watch it. I don't go there, okay? I don't pay attention to it. It's not part of my reality. What I know about Nibiru is that it was a mobilized planet that used to have rings around it like Saturn. But in 2013, those rings got ripped off by Ison, which was a weapon coming from someplace, okay? Nibiru was the habitation of the Anunnaki race for many, many, well, at least 500,000 years we know of. Nibiru had a royal family. They still have a royal family. And the Illuminati can make up whatever they want, okay? They can create in their minds anything they want to create, as diabolical, as cruel, as power trippy, as whatever they want. But some of us are going to say, no, I'm not interested. I don't want it. I'm not going there. And so, you know the details of it, but I do not give it credence, because the intelligent beings who program the DNA of photosynthesis and insects and birds and little animals and big animals, okay, also programmed in the dispositions and the temperaments and the character qualities of the creators themselves. Whether it was one creator or a race of creators, doesn't matter to me. But if you know anything about animals, you know that a lot of animals are a lot more human than a lot of people right now. And it has to do with what thoughts they entertain in their minds. Okay? There's a saying in computer science, garbage in, garbage out. And what we dwell on and think about and cultivate and rehearse is what we create, all right? And so the Illuminati can take their visualization of a top-down diktat totalitarian state, and they can shove it, as far as I'm concerned, because everybody I know doesn't want that. I don't know anybody who does. And so it's not part of the reality that I'm going to materialize. It's not what I'm going to work for, all right? And they are not real to me. It's that simple to me. They are not real to me. They're just making stuff up because they want to be powerful, and they want to be this and they want to be that. Phooey. I'm not having it.
Yeah, but
they think they're going to impose it on us, and I'm saying no.
Yeah, I'm saying also no, but we know that they have the weapon. They have murdered people in California by these two weapons, and
we all die in any and every case. Okay, so whether we die by their weapons or by aging or by disease, we all die. The question is, what happens after that?
Okay, but now they are killing people by dual weapon in your.
Yes.
So
yeah.
You have a national security advisor. You pay for the office of national security advisor. You have paid, was it Henry Kissinger and
he's one of them. He's one of them.
Yeah, but we could also talk about next time what we could do about to wipe out the debt. If you have an office like DARPA or the Office of National Security, and you pay for them to work for your safety, for your good, they do opposite. Then in my word, you can say that if they do the opposite, they have stolen the money. If you have got a false flag attack on 11th of September 2001, that has started the organization of Homeland Security, DHS, that, listen, so the good people who work for that in like down on the ground that took the employment, I'm not attacking them, but the whole organization was started on false.
Yes.
Yes. Therefore, you are not going to pay for it. Who is going to pay for it, for all this money with interest rate? Well, those who did and were involved in the attack, and I mean the media as well, not only the banks. So therefore, we need to come back from this state of almost total lawlessness, which is in your country and in my country, in this country where I am, and also of the reason to wipe out the debt, all of it. And on the little plane for little people, we could maybe help not to this their concept of new world order that you look up. If I use paper money, or it's done by or fabric, it's not paper, but okay, I say paper money. If you use it more, or only, I use only paper money, I don't use ever credit card, because it's my way to say, no, I don't want to have virtual currency.
Yeah, okay, and I agree with you, and you do what you can to avoid interacting with that visualized society, and other people who are aware do the same thing, avoid interacting with that society, and enough people are waking up that what's happening in Britain is Brexit, and if Britain gets out of the EU, then can Italy and Greece be far behind because they're both broke, okay? What's happening is that the people are waking up and saying, no, we don't want this. The people are waking up. The party, the Democratic Party in the United States, has a platform. And I have a cartoon that talks about their platform, what they are for. And here are the 4 things that they are for. They are the deep state, the Illuminati. Kill your own children, invite hostile immigrants into the country, disarm your own people, and adopt profligate sex orientations to deteriorate and weaken the bloodlines that are strong and have good characters. This is the platform of the Liberal Party in the United States. And about 80% of the people in the United States are laughing at them because they know better. They know better than to make money on abortions and set up completely free boundaries so that literally thousands, I believe, something like 45,000 illegal immigrants came through the southern border last week. Last week, 45,000. How many of those are we supposed to support? And a lot of them are not Mexican. They're from everywhere. What are we supposed to do with 45,000 illegal people a week? That's impossible. So the awareness of the general population, even in the United States, is getting to the point where people are saying, no, this is crazy. And so the drama is, yes, it's amping up, but it's amping up in a way that the Illuminati are not very happy about, because they realize they have made enemies in every country of the world. And the honest, decent people are not going to stand for it.
Yeah.
And so that's where we are, that the Illuminati have their backs against the wall, and they're facing the people with pitchforks and shovels, and the people are not going to go along with this.
Yeah.
So I'm not discouraged, because I see the people getting stronger every day.
Me too, me too. And it's important that we have freedom of speech, that everybody who can help to, so that we have freedom of speech. And I would say also, if you see the program of the Bilderberg group, which was here in Europe, in Switzerland, in now in June 2019.
We saw it.
One of the topics is something like weaponizing of social media. So we should be aware that they are going to attack us even more.
I got kicked off YouTube last month, okay? And so after a few weeks, they said I could come back. And so I'm back, but I've lost my 3,000 subscribers. I've been deplatformed because my subscribers are gone. I have 17 subscribers, okay? So the corporations are playing their games, but the people realize we're being gamed. We're being gamed and toyed with and jerked around, and people are not willing to allow it to continue. And I think that they're going to have to go away because the people don't want it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Could you say the new YouTube channel, could you spell it again, your new?
Oh, Shikaya. Okay. S-H-E, like she. Chai, C-H-A-I, which is Hebrew for light or life, okay, and then Y-A-H, Shikaya.
Yes, okay. I will put a link, and I will put a link.
Thank you.
Oh, I will write.
Now, Nibiru, the story you've told me about Nibiru does not exactly conflict, because the story you've told me is part of the sum total visualization of the Illuminati about how they're going to control everything, okay? And so they don't have to stick to facts. They don't have to stick to what's real, all right? I know about the planet Nibiru and its orbit that came around every 3,657 years, which was 1/7 of the galactic year, okay? And I know about members of the royal family. There was Nergal and Ereshkigal Galin and Nana. I mean, I know the family, okay? And I still know the family. And they're just people, except that they're very, very, very old, but they're just as goofy as the rest of us, all right? And their situation is not what the Illuminati is talking about. The Illuminati is talking about conquering and taking over what belonged to the Anunnaki. That's what becomes very clear to me. All right, so that's what I'm going to tell Uncle Enki, that they intend to conquer the Anunnaki and simply take over as if they're the boss. And I'm sure my Uncle Enki will have a comment about that, okay? So they're not limited to telling the literal physical truth about Nibiru, because they're building an empire in their minds. They're building castles in the air. Cool, let them do it. Let them do it. But I don't believe they're going to be able to, because the issue of treaties, mercantile treaties that enslave one class and make another class elite, which centers on the problem of scaling. It's about scaling. There are little people, and they're middle-sized people, and they're great big people. Okay, and it's the problem of the Nephilim. Now, in 2003 in Kandahar, Afghanistan, an army unit, first one unit was disappeared, and the second unit found and finally killed this guy. Okay, he's 12 feet tall, he weighs 1,100 pounds, he stinks to high heaven. And He's a Nephilim, and the Nephilim are still here. I hear that there are some down in Patagonia. I hear there's some up in the Utah mountains. Okay, so there are great big people still. Okay, we haven't learned how to get along with them. We haven't even learned how to get along with Bigfoot. The tall whites, okay, now they're from about 6 to 9 feet tall. And I've heard that they go shopping in Las Vegas. The women, the tall white women go shopping in Las Vegas, and everybody stares at them, okay? But they're very quiet, and they stick to themselves. There's, they're shy people, and they don't bother anybody. And so that's just known that they go there. Well, we're just going to have to learn how to get along, whatever that takes. And so that's what my mind is working on. My master's is in conflict analysis and conflict resolution, and I'm just trying to figure out how are we going to all learn to get along with these people, because everybody can't be bad. Everybody can't be bad. So, all right, you worry about the Illuminati. I'm going to start my new radio show from Jerusalem, Israel, a week from Wednesday. Okay, this is news to me. I got invited to do that. My foster family were secular Jews, a great big huge Jewish family. I grew up on kosher cooking in Yiddish. Okay, and so I'm real familiar with their culture, and what Guy Tam wants me to do is a kind of a cultural comparison. How can we get along better thing? And I'd love to do that. Okay, but I want to keep focused on the good. It's easy to get overwhelmed and defeated by everything that's bad, that everything that's wrong, that everybody that's evil. But let's move our gaze to what we can do, what is still left that's good, and hope that the universe is big enough. And in the Urantia book, this book talks about the universe as a situation of hierarchies going all the way up from top to bottom and bottom to top. There are bosses over the Illuminati. There are bosses over Lucifer. There are bosses over the galaxy. There are bosses at every level of the universe. The whole universe is peopled with spirits, and some physical and others are dark matter, and they're all different sizes and shapes and colors and everything. Okay? So that if the Lucifer rebellion is as determined, monolithic, and single-minded as you say they are, somebody's going to interrupt them, because that's not appropriate. That's not appropriate behavior.
Emily, I don't say that they are monolithic. I know that they are not, and it's good for me. Who I will explain next time how I work against them. But I would say also, I have forgotten to say that they are saying it will start with taking down of 3 pyramids in Giza in Egypt, and at the same time they are saying they will do a ritual. As I understand, they want to sacrifice the child of Harry Windsor, Archie Harrison. We can talk about his name, because his name H-A-H,
okay.
1, 8, 18, and 18 it's 666. I just we can talk about the numerology next time, but they want to take down the pyramids, and they say that it's important because, and they are saying they originate probably in Orion, that the pyramids are like Osiris belt. They explain it. So, and I know that when it was the Eurovision Song Contest, the night at 11 11 p.m. Egyptian time. They wanted to take down the pyramids. So I had to write to police. But I will explain.
Well, you know something? If they would take down the pyramids, now here we got 15 million tons of rocks. If they want to take down the pyramids, I want to see that, because that's a harmless thing to do. Who in the world would care if they would take down a pile of rocks? Let's see them do it.
You know what? They want to, it's not, for me, it's not the rocks. For me, it's that it would symbolize that they've got the power to continue. It would be like a shock. They want to say, I don't send it to the police because I believe that the police would do something about it properly and take it from roof. Yeah. I'm not naive, but yeah. I'm winning time day by day by day. And
that's what we have to do, because we're truth tellers, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the next time when we are talking about the numerology and the coded language and how I use it as a weapon against them, I would like we do also another third thing. How could we, what could we do very specifically against it in the little plane, in the little, like little Emily or little Alexandra Yitka, with money, with the mobile phones, and in the big, like to take down the debt.
Well, I'll give that some thought. Yes, I'll give that some thought between now and Thursday, right? Thursday.
Yes, yes. So we could discuss that, and maybe the viewers could. It was good comments. I want to thank you, because it's also encouraging, and also somebody wrote about how it is with the credit card and the chip in Spain, and it's good comments, because I read it to use it also as help.
Yes, everybody's got some pretty good ideas, and I find a lot of good ideas on good old Facebook. Okay, there's some really arcing and sparking going on there. I have 14 pages there. I have 2 pages on ecology, a couple on health. I keep moving things around because I learn that way.
Emily on Facebook, what's the name? Is it Emily Elizabeth Windsor Craig? Or?
Right, that's my home signature page on Facebook. I still have that page, about 3,000 friends there. And then I have 14 pages that jump off of there to different topics, religion and farming and everything.
Yeah. We have to do what we can.
Yes, I've been there 10 years now, and I haven't gotten thrown out yet.
It's great. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Okay, Emily, it's getting late in California.
It is. Okay, well, we'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you. And thank you very much. Bye-bye, Emily.
Bye-bye.